What is your least favorite mundane chore? Because I don't mind doing the dishes, but I really hate unloading the dishes.
You know, it's so funny. I don't mind unloading the dishes. I hate loading the dishes. So
Let's
Katie,
get married.
let's do it. We've known this for years, Joe. Katie and I's chores are I unload the dishwasher, she loads the dishwasher. On the other hand, she also doesn't think that I do it correctly because she's autistic. And so uh I don't like loading the dishwasher, and she prefers to load it and hates unloading the dishwasher. So that's my preferred. So yeah, I think also for a long time I hated folding laundry,
Oh, the worst.
but now this is this is a great way to bring this up. This is how I know I've gotten old. Um
Yeah.
my Sunday routine is now sitting down, turning on whatever football games on, Lions or otherwise, and
Right.
folding all the laundry we have in the basement. Um,
Okay.
which is
Not a bad Sunday
which
though.
is exactly what my dad used to do every Sunday.
Oh, really?
And that's how I know I got old because I hated it. He used to if we wanted to watch a football game, we had to fold laundry, right? So we all had to sit around and fold laundry. And I hated it. I hated folding laundry. I was so lazy
Yeah.
about it. Um, and then Katie and I got married, and Katie doesn't fold laundry. She separates it into separate baskets. So like every person gets their own basket, right? And then she piles all
Yeah.
the laundry in those baskets, and then those laundry baskets go to that respective person's room, and they're responsible
Right.
for putting it away. And by that, I mean Katie puts the kids away, and I'm responsible for putting my clothes away. But she doesn't like fold it. She like puts it together and puts it in
Yeah.
the. But I just sit down and fold. Actually, fold all the laundry, fold it really nicely, put it in like where it's supposed to go. Uh, and Kitty always gets mad. She's like, "You're so slow at laundry." I'm like, "No, I am folding the laundry." And now here I am. I've talked about laundry for like 2 minutes, and I used to hate it. Used to hate it folding laundry,
Big laundry guy over here.
and now I'm a
Big
convert.
laundry
I'm a
guy.
convert into
I
laundry.
I tell you what, the second thing I hate doing is taking laundry out of the dryer because I hate separating it. But separate it and then everything just gets shoved into a dresser drawer.
Mm.
I fold I fold linens and I fold my shirts and that's it. Everything else just shoved in a drawer. Kids stuff gets shoved in a drawer.
It is.
I hate it.
It's a blessing and a curse that we have this like laundry room, right? Because everything comes out of the dryer and it goes into a laundry basket in like one big chunk.
Yeah.
And then I take all the laundry baskets out of the laundry room, put them all around
Mhm.
me, and then fold a basket at a time, right? And make everybody separate piles and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Um, it's a blessing and a curse because if I miss a Sunday, if I don't fold the laundry in a Sunday, all the
Yeah.
laundry baskets just pile up around the dryer, and we have like like this week. I didn't fold very much last week because the Lions played on Thursday, and so I wasn't like super
Yeah.
invest. Oh, and we went. We'll talk about this. We went to a movie on Sunday, so I didn't fold a bunch of laundry, and now we've just been living out of the laundry baskets in the laundry room for the last like 3 days. Um, so what are you gonna do?
Wow. What are you gonna do? Well, you got some big laundry energy over there. From you.
You know what?
What a what a dad move.
I try. I try and bring the laundry, Joe. That's what I try and do.
Dads.
Welcome to Big Dad Energy, the journey of parenting and adulting through the eyes of two young dads. I'm your co-host Joe Lopez, and with me, as always, is my co-dad Jared Shedmansky. Jared, how the heck are you?
Joe, I'm good. I'm good. Long time no talk. Been a
Long time, about a month.
it's been a month. It's been at the same time a crazy month, and also like just the every other month that it's been. We had Thanksgiving in
Yeah,
there, and I think that really just like threw everything for a loop. Um,
yeah,
but it's good. It's good. It's the kids are getting, I don't know. I don't know, Joe. Every day it's something new. Every day it's something different. It's like Ben's in a poop phase. Every word is poop. Every
Oh,
sentence has poop in it.
yeah,
Poop
yeah.
this, poop that. And no matter how many times I tell him that's not a nice word, we don't like using that word. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Hmm.
matter. He just
Right.
uh he doesn't understand that what parents say are the rules. So he'll just do whatever he wants. And if I tell him that's not okay, mommy, daddy said no. He said, no, I said it's okay.
Well, there you go. He laid down the law.
So who knows, Joe? Who knows? Every day is fresh and new and exhausting and just trying to survive.
Exactly. Exactly. What a life.
How about you? How the heck are you?
Oh man, we're out here living.
I know
Tell
it.
you what. Last time we talked was telling the world about the situation and going through the divorce and selling the house. And that was 2 days, I think, before an off. I put an offer on a house that got accepted. I think so. Um, so yeah, so we're packing up and getting ready to get out of here. We close on our houses on Monday, so in like 4 days. And then from there, we have like 10 days to get out of this house and into the new one right during Christmas. So things are going really cool.
Wild timing. Wild timing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been stressful, been chaotic, um, sad,
Mm-hmm.
anxious, but through it all, the kids have been pretty cool for the most part. They're still nightmares, but I love them.
Of course.
Um, Yeah, they're just chaos. I mean, Grayson's in a phase now where he's always been whiny, but he's super whiny. Like he doesn't want to like move anywhere whiny. He wants you to pick him up. So if we say, Grayson,
Yeah.
come to the kitchen, he'll start crying and he'll just be like, come hold me. And I'm like, buddy, you're not even really crying. You
Yep.
don't need me to hold you and you're not even really crying. So let's get this together. Um, but other than that, man, they're just chaos. I took them to see our new house last weekend, um, and they're very excited. They're very excited for the new house. They
Good.
ran around. They saw their bedrooms. The new house has a pool, so they're super excited about that.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah. They found the piano that's being left there, so that's really neat.
You're gonna
Uh,
love it. I'm
I think I'm
telling
gonna.
you.
I think I'm getting rid of that.
No, you're gonna love it. I'm telling you. My dad in his house had a piano. Uh and I would all summer just sit and teach myself how to play piano. I tell you what, I'll give you the perfect idea. I had a Lord of the Rings like movie soundtrack with all the
Yeah,
sheet music for it. And I would just sit down and teach myself the Shire song over and over and over again. So
that's pretty cool. Were you older than 5?
yeah, I was like 10, and I also
Yeah, you know
played
what a 5-year-old does with a
and I already
piano?
played and I had already played saxophone, so I knew how to read music.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't,
5 and 3-year-olds just bang on a piano, turns out.
yeah,
They don't make music.
no. One day, one day,
One day they might.
hey, perfect
Um,
perfect time to start them in piano lessons.
why not?
They have
Right off the bat.
they have the
Brand new
perfect
house.
patience for it.
Exactly. New house, new hobby. You're gonna love it. So yeah, so we're going through that. Just yeah, been chaos, just
Mm-hmm.
packing and getting things around. Kayla's already moved a lot of her stuff out to her parents and her brother's house. Um, yeah, and then we'll have Christmas here, and then we will be out. So just living. Thank God for therapy, though.
You know it.
It's always 2 big thumbs up from this guy. Love it.
Do you have your list of projects you want to get done in your new house?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's gonna be kind of as I go,
Sure.
right? In a perfect, it's move-in ready, so that way, like, I'm just gonna clean and then move in. If I can get to like painting beforehand, I will. But because it's at least in really good condition, like, I can paint on the weeks when I don't have the kids.
Yeah.
And like they can live in the rooms and all that. So, the big projects will just be like painting, taking down some wallpaper, Um, really the big ones are that, and then you know, just getting things around, rearranging furniture. I don't know how I'm gonna fill the house, but I gotta figure it out. Um, and then like finding places to put up shelves and pictures. I gotta learn how to decorate. So like
Brother,
that.
I thought about this for you the other day. I was like, Katie hangs all the pictures and all the plants around our house. And I thought to myself,
Yeah.
I was like, the last time I lived in a place, I had a bed, I mounted my TV, and had my Xbox on a
Hmm.
TV stand. And that was it. We didn't
Yeah.
even. DeRoja and I lived with one girl roommate, and when she
Hmm.
moved out and found another roommate to take her place, she took the living room couch, and then we just didn't put a couch in the living room for like 6 months because we said,
Yeah.
why would we need a couch in the living room? Him and I hung out like in our bedrooms, and then we would go out if we were going to go out, and then nobody sat in the living room. And I was like, that's the last
Yeah.
time I didn't live with Katie.
Yeah.
There's no way I would know how to
So
decorate for myself.
I have no idea. Last time I saw Jordan Sanborn, cousin bestie, I said, Jordan, you have to come over to my house. Like I need you to like
Yes.
help me like decorate and paint and figure out what needs to go where, and so she's gonna help me through that and
Thank God.
help get it set up a little bit. Yeah. So kind of where we're at. Just, got to get to Christmas. Packing up, but
Yeah.
like come the week of Christmas, it's gonna be like full blown, like, get the kids ready for Christmas, and then we're out 3 days later. So yeah, that's
Hectic.
kind of how we're doing.
Hectic. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine. Um,
Yeah.
well, not stepping your toes, but I did at the end of your announcement in the last episode. I said that I had something to announce as well.
You did.
And then we didn't record for a month. And really,
Nope.
you know the TV trick of like check back after the break?
Yeah.
Really laid that one on thick for the listeners. Really was like,
Really, really are. And I'm gonna like preface the end of this episode and say like it's gonna be like probably another month and a half before we
yeah,
record again.
yeah.
So sorry, everybody. 2024 sucked.
It was a tough year. Tough year.
I'm ready for that new year, new me, but let's hear it.
Well, new year, new you. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
New year for me is coming with a new baby.
Good. Another one.
Another one.
Another one. Number baby 3 from the Szymanskis.
Baby number 3.
Can't stop them.
Coming early March. We're having a third baby.
Insane.
It's wild. This one is a girl. So
It's a girl.
it's a
You
girl.
excited?
I am nervous. I know exactly how to parent boys. They are just absolute bottle rockets that destroy everything in your house. I don't know what I mean. You never know what a new baby's going to be like, so not really
Right.
that different. But changing diapers are going to be different. It's going to be a whole different just world. It's going to be weird. Adding another girl to the house. Katie and the cat have been the only girls for forever.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. This one was not a planned baby. So 1 for 3 unplanned children. Really, really just doing it the right way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited. The boys are gonna so over Christmas break, while you move into a new house, the boys are gonna move into their new bedroom together. So we can get a nursery set
Good.
up in Ben's room currently. And so the boys are gonna share a room, and then we'll get the new baby in her room, and it's gonna be a wild time. I honestly, this was so unexpected that neither Katie nor I have mentally processed that we're actually going to have another child.
I'm not gonna lie, it seems that way. Like the few times I've seen you, you told me in August, I
Yeah.
think, maybe, or September. I think it was August. I've seen you a couple times since then, and but you're also on number 3, right? Like it's not like like you don't know what to expect and like how to be a parent, right?
And
So
I swear to God, Will was a newborn like yesterday. Like
yeah,
it's just falling back in the same routines. Uh,
yeah,
I'm prepping by making sure I buy a new coffee maker because I'm going to be making a lot of coffee. Um,
yeah. Got to get one that makes 18 cups or something.
something. Uh, we also have the other thing that I've kind of thought through with this is like when you have one kid, you have a routine, and then the new baby comes, and you're like, you destroy the first kid's routine because suddenly there are two kids, and you have to like learn how to parent both kids and like learn how that all works together. We're at the ages now that like, so baby comes in early March. Our
Yeah,
weekly schedule is Mondays, Will goes to Katie's mom's, Ben goes to school. Katie's mom picks up Ben from school. They come home after work. That's our day, right? Tuesday, Wednesday,
yeah,
Thursday, both boys go to school. Fridays, Will's home with me. Ben goes to school for a half day. They're both home with me in the afternoon.
right.
That's the weekly schedule. If you add a new baby to that, and Katie is going to be on maternity leave after that, the schedule doesn't change. The boys go to school.
No,
The boys go to school. They like I will end up going back to work after a couple weeks of paternity leave, and then the wheels just keep on rolling. So like I don't want to say, oh, adding a new baby is not going to change our lives because clearly it is, and that's how adding a new baby works. But like, how do I?
you have a pretty rigid routine in terms of like in and outs of the house right now.
Yeah, you just this is a chaos train charging down the tracks, and we're just throwing another kid on the chaos train and letting it go. You know, like
Yeah, but that's I feel like that's what all babies are, but I think especially with a third, right? Like I said, you know what to expect, you know how to handle it, but boy howdy is it still gonna be like what an adjustment.
yeah. The one thing there are a couple things that I'm like not entirely excited about. You know, obviously waking up every 2 hours. Neither boy was a good sleeper. Like both of them. I mean,
Right.
honestly, neither of them still are good sleepers. Ben still wakes me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, asks me to sleep in bed with him every night. He's 4.5.
Yeah.
You know, like, um, so on one hand, you hope maybe we get a good sleeper 1 out of 3 times. But even if we don't,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not excited to wake up every 2 hours again. But like, I haven't slept in 5 years, so what's more not sleeping?
Exactly.
You know, uh, Katie's gonna breastfeed again, so we don't have to worry too much about until Katie goes back to school. We don't have to worry too much about like bottles and pumping parts and getting all that back together yet. This baby also we got lucky, I guess is the right word. Um, this was the time frame we actually wanted both kids to be in. Was this like March
Gotcha.
April time because Katie can take maternity leave, go back to work for a little bit, and then have all summer with the baby.
Yeah.
Right, so it's
Yeah,
almost
for
like an
sure.
extended maternity leave. Um, and so even from like a scheduling childcare kind of thing, it's like one, we already have both boys figured out. Both boys are like childcare is all good.
Yeah.
Katie's mom really only has to watch the baby for a few weeks, and then Katie will be home with the baby all summer, right? So like,
Yeah.
really, the only thing is we got to buy another car seat, fit that in the car.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I, it's kind of crazy. I felt pretty yeah, I felt pretty nonchalant when Will came. When William was being
Mhm.
born, it was okay, this is the second time, the room's all set up, we got like everything all taken care of. But it
Yeah.
was a little bit like okay, I know what to do, but like how's having two kids? How are we going to parent, all of this, stuff. And now I feel like the boys are both kind of at an age where like independent is not the right word because William is just like Grayson, very, very clingy.
Yeah.
Today on the way to school, he wanted me to turn around and hold his hand while I drove on the way to school.
Yeah. Grayson does that every once in a while too.
I'm like, man, I'm driving the car. I can't. Anyway, he's in for an awakening. But yeah, I feel like we've done this. You know, like
Right.
we've kind of gone through this again. Maybe now I'm setting myself up for a pretty big shock going from 2 to 3 because going from 1 to 2 I think was an insane adjustment
Yeah.
because it was so much. Actually, I have another point to add to this. So first off, going from 1 to 2, you're both caring for one kid. So like
Right.
we used to alternate bedtimes, and then I would go out and watch TV while Katie put Ben to bed. And then when I was putting Ben to bed, Katie would come out and just relax and watch TV and that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Suddenly, you have 2 kids. So I'm doing Ben's bedtime, Katie's doing Will's bedtime. And now we've switched where Katie's doing Ben's bedtime, I'm doing Will's bedtime. And so
Yeah.
like that sort of, this is just a microcosm of all the other million things that happen like that, right? Where that shift from 1 to 2 where you're so used to sharing the load of a kid to now you have to take on, like both of you have to take on the load for both kids all the time. That
Yeah.
I felt like was a huge monumental shift. And adding a third one to this, because we've already learned how to juggle the monumental stuff of handling both kids, adding a third one to it is not going to be as bad because we're already used to it. That's my
Yeah.
thought, number 1. Number 2, this pregnancy has been awful. Like,
Oh, really?
Will's pregnancy was bad. Katie was sick the whole time, but she could still, as long as she took her medicine, she could still function. She could still do all the things she normally does. She could still feel like a normal person during the day. She, like, all that kind of stuff. This time around, like, medication only makes sure that she doesn't throw up. Everything else has been, like,
Right.
she's exhausted. She's worn down.
Yeesh.
She has a bunch of stuff that, like, this has just been a really, really hard pregnancy. Awful is probably not the right word because there are people that go through awful pregnancies and
Yeah.
like it can be really bad. We are lucky and very fortunate that it is not, health wise it is not bad, but like
Yeah.
from a mood standpoint, from an energy standpoint, from a like just trying to get through the day, like this one has been the worst of all 3. And so I just naturally have taken on a lot of like parenting the boys, and like when Katie gets home from school, I will make sure the boys get in the shower. I'll make sure that they have all their jammies on. Katie's been like, on days she feels much better, she can help out, and on days she doesn't feel better, I take over. And so I already kind of have been practicing because this pregnancy's been so rough at parenting both boys so that she can focus. Like, if you imagine it this way, I'll be parenting both boys while she takes care of the newborn, right? Because like that's just naturally how that works. So we've already been practicing that a little bit. So I guess you get a little bit of that already. So, and then to bring it all back to the top, I think my mindset on is how much worse can it really get? How much worse can it really get?
Exactly.
This house is chaos constantly. How much worse can it really get?
That's funny. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's gonna be fun to see those boys be. I mean, Ben will be a second big, a big brother for the second time, but it'll be fun to see Will be a big brother too.
We're officially gonna have a middle child. I am a middle child. I am curious. That's the only like I'm just curious. I'm curious to see.
Yeah.
Especially because we've talked about like Grayson and William are very like clingy. They're just clingy babies.
Yeah.
Right? Very curious to see what happens when he's not the baby anymore.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough.
We'll see.
Yeah, but man, congratulations. It's super exciting. Right when we thought that like Man, we might be out of topics.
Never.
You know, we just really ramped up this show.
Joe, we're always in the search of new content at the detriment of ourselves, no matter what.
Yeah, 2025 is 2024 almost killed me. 2025 might, but
Nah.
it's yeah, it's gonna be big changes for us come 2025. A lot of content coming out of this podcast.
You know what? It's all gonna be just. I lost the word. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something.
We're gonna be here
That's
for
for
the
sure.
whole thing, and that's what matters.
Exactly. Well, before we get out of here, let's talk Christmas a little bit.
Let's do it. Well,
A
first
little bit of
off,
Christmas.
let's rewind a little bit. How was Thanksgiving?
Okay.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Jeez Louise. I woke up at the butt crack of dawn, before the butt crack of dawn, and went to Detroit because I idiotically signed up to walk in the America's Thanksgiving Day Parade in Detroit. So I was told I had to be there by 6 a.m.
Woo!
get my costume. I really didn't need to get there till like 7:30. We lined up
Yes.
by the floats at like 8. We stepped off at like 8:45, 9 o'clock, and walked for 3 miles down Detroit, which was cool. Went home. Kayla took the kids to her parents, and I watched the Lions almost bite it to the Bears.
Oh, what a stressful game.
And then what a dumb game. But and then after that, I picked the kids up and we went out to my aunt and uncle's just to hang out for a few hours in the evening, and then I got a little stressed out there, so we left. That was kind of it. Pretty chill. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. My parents were in town for the weekend.
Yeah.
Actually for the whole week my parents were in town. So a little bit extra hectic added on just because, going to do a bunch of stuff and seeing them as much as possible.
Yeah.
And so we ended up Thanksgiving Day. We ended up we go to my grandma's out in St. Clair Shores. So we went out there
Okay.
for Thanksgiving Day. Watched first half of the Lions game here. Caught third quarter in the car.
Yeah.
Walked into my grandma's house for the
Gotcha.
fourth quarter when everything started to fall apart. And then
Yeah.
16 of us were packed into my grandma's living room trying to watch this game. And then it just ended, which was the wildest thing
Yeah.
of all time. So we were there, we hung out at my grandma's and then came home. Then Friday we actually did Thanksgiving with Katie's parents. My parents came over to Katie's parents' house. And
Yeah.
we all did it together up there and hung out and did a little bit different. Katie's dad makes this shrimp cocktail that is, Joe, out of this world. Tom is a king of shrimp cocktail. I could have eaten like 16 shrimp with this cocktail sauce.
Okay.
Anyway, so we did another Thanksgiving on Friday with all of our parents together. And that was a blast, and it was a really nice time. So that was good. Not quite the relaxing week that you'd want, but still a really nice week of hanging out and spending time with family and everything like that. So it was good. It was nice to have an extra long break off work. Work's been fairly stressful recently, so it was nice to have a little break off work. And then so that was good. It was a good time. A couple of weeks, and now we're charging into Christmas season. It is December 12th. How many Christmas presents do you think I've bought yet?
Is it 0?
The
answer 0?
The answer is 0. I bought 0 Christmas presents. Well, technically, if we want to get real down brass tacks technical, Katie told me what she wanted, and then they were having a Black Friday sale, and Katie said, "Are you going to order this?" And I said, "Yes, they're having a Black Friday sale. I'm going to order it on Black Friday." She waited like a day. She told me this like a week and a half before. Waited literally 24 hours and goes, "Well, there's more things I want from that Black Friday sale." And I said, "Okay." She goes, "Can I just order it and order the other things I want too, and then you can just put it in my stocking?" I said, "Yeah, that's fine." So this is
Hey.
married with 2.5 kids Christmas.
Yeah. Yep. You're doing it.
So she technically I have bought a Christmas present for Katie, even though she bought it.
Yeah.
And so but I do need to go out, and we're gonna start doing all of our Christmas shopping this week and get through all that. And Katie is really, this is her thing, this is her jam. She's been really good about buying all the Christmas presents so far. But yeah, we got to go out and knock out some Christmas shopping this weekend. And
Yeah.
God, I hope we don't have to go to the mall.
I haven't been to a mall in years, I don't think.
So we have Somerset here, right?
Yeah.
Somerset, great mall, awesome mall, lots of great stores. Anytime November, December, it is hell on earth.
Oh yeah.
It is
Totally.
awful. I went last year because I wait till the last minute. I had an excuse last year. We were all sick. Katie reminded me of this. We were all sick. I had an excuse last year. And I remember Ben and I went to the mall, and I got Katie a pair of Lululemon sweatpants. And we waited in line for 35 minutes in Lululemon to check out.
Crazy. That's
It's
wild.
terrible. So I'm determined this weekend. I'm gonna order Christmas presents this weekend.
Good. Good job. Good work. Yeah, we ordered a bunch of presents. We kind of were like, do we do it together? Do we not do it together? Are we going to be in this house? Are we not going to be in this house? And then it came to like, okay, we're going to be in this house. Let's give them one more normal Christmas. So we ordered a bunch of presents. Kayla started wrapping them from both of us. So this will kind of be the last hurrah. Yeah, so I think we're done Christmas shopping, or pretty damn close to it if we're not done. Um, so yeah, so in terms of present wise, we're pretty solid there, which I feel good about.
Oh, that's good. You guys are much
Yeah,
better than we are.
yeah,
I shouldn't say that. You guys are much better than I am. Katie's good about it. You guys are much better than I am.
yeah, yeah. So we're good there. Then it's just the wrapping and getting to the day. The day of will be more chaos.
So Christmas is real weird this year. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, which is so
Yeah.
strange. Are you take that whole week off work, or do you have to go in?
No. I'm still working. We work Christmas Eve. We only have Christmas Day off. So I'm still working, but working in real estate's pretty chill around this time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's really just kind of like catch up work, like catch up on some things that might have been left to the back burner, or the things that aren't as important. So it's pretty simple. I think I have to go into the office on the Monday before,
Oof.
and then yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, so it's not too bad. You have the week off.
I'm working Monday. And then I took Thursday, Friday off. So we get Tuesday, Wednesday
Gotcha.
as a company, and I took Thursday, Friday. Because I have like 4 family Christmases I have to go to. So
Crazy.
I was trying to save my PTO. So this is funny enough, first company I've ever worked at where PTO rolls over, which is really nice. Every company should do that.
Yeah.
But none of my other companies have done that. So I was trying to save it because our friend DeRoja is getting married very rudely in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So
Jerk.
yeah. So we have to go to Hawaii. And I was trying to save PTO for that. I'll be good either way. I'm really bad about using PTO. I noticed I had this thought when I was going into Thanksgiving. I was like, man, I feel like I've been working like for a long time, and I realized it's because I haven't taken any days off. Because
Yeah.
again, I'm really bad about using PTO. I only use it to go on like big vacations and like off with family. Even this summer, like
Right.
when we traveled, I took half days and I worked in the mornings and then took the afternoons off. So, anyway, I was not going to take it off, and then I realized it's on a Tuesday, Wednesday. I was like, well, we have a family Christmas 4 hours away on the 26th, and there's
Yeah.
no way I can work that day. And then we're gonna have to drive 4 hours back either on the 27th, or if we stay a little bit longer, like we'll have to drive back sometime, and there's no way I'm gonna work while I'm there. So I was like,
Right.
take the days off. And then I'll work the week of New Year's. I'll just work the days that we don't have off.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so not too bad. So it'll be crazy. It'll be a good week. We have Katie's family Christmas on Sunday, and then Christmas Eve I think we're doing at her mom's house, and then we'll do Christmas Day here, and then day after Christmas we'll go up north. So be a busy week. Lots of family, lots of seeing people. And then
Whoa, I'm going blurry. Hold on.
that camera, it's got to be the wall behind you. I have
It's gotta be.
I have a theory. It's got to be the wall behind you. So, anyway, Christmas will be a good week. It'll be a fun week. It'll be a crazy week, but it'll be the kids will love it. They always do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we Kayla will take the kids to her parents Christmas Eve. And then Christmas morning we will be here. And Christmas evening I will take the kids to my larger Lopez family,
Mm-hmm.
aunts and uncles and cousins, and we'll do Christmas over there, and then we'll come back. And that's it for a while. That Friday, the 27th, Kayla's family, like her aunts and uncles have Christmas, so she'll take the kids to that. And then my sisters and my mom and me and all the kids will have our Christmas January 27th, I think is what we picked.
You know it's funny. It's always a random crapshoot to pick a day to do Christmas. So normally our up north Christmas is sometime in January because
Yeah.
everybody, like, I've said this before. I have like 20 cousins. I have
Mm-hmm.
3 aunts and my grandpa and all of their kids, and my one aunt was a foster mom that adopted half of the kids she fostered, so now I have like, a bunch of
Right.
little kids up there, and it's great. I love going up there. I love spending time with everybody. But getting all of those people's schedules on the same page is insane.
Yeah.
My dad and stepmom are actually coming in from New York this year for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
So we're like, hey, they're gonna be in town. Let's do it like the day after Christmas and actually like have them here for it. But normally we push it out to like middle of January for that same reason. Like, wait until the holiday craziness is over.
Yeah.
Pick a day that pick a weekend where people have some time, and we'll just do it on that day.
Yeah. Yeah. So end of January I'll do it then too. So, but that's about it. So not too bad,
Yeah.
which is nice. Yeah.
What a time. What a time.
What a time.
And then
We're out here.
when we're back on the podcast, you know what we'll be talking about,
Yes.
Joe?
What?
Talk about the Lions making a push for the Super Bowl. That's what we'll be talking about.
Oh, they already made the playoffs, baby.
Locked up. Now we just need that 1 seed.
God, we need it. I'm scared, man. The Eagles are scaring me.
You know what, Joe? I was afraid as well. And I had this thought. You're a new Lions fan. You've really only known success.
That's true.
I remember. So Thanksgiving actually made me think about this. So Thanksgiving of 2020 is when they fired Matt Patricia.
Okay. Yes.
After Thanksgiving of 2020, they fired Matt Patricia. And I remember how I used to not even watch. I would watch like the first half of games and then just turn them off. And
Yeah.
because I just couldn't stomach it. And so this year has been unbelievable. Like I sit down and rewatch like the highlights on YouTube for like every game this season.
Yeah.
Because it's just a blast to
Right.
watch. And I had this thought of like, just remember where I was 4 years ago on that Thanksgiving. Turning it off at halftime because I didn't want to watch the end of the game because I knew that they were just going to lose. And how different it feels now. And so, like, just got to enjoy watching good football. That's it.
Yeah.
So like this Sunday, huge game. Josh Allen, the league's best quarterback, one of the league's best quarterbacks coming to town. Lions very easily could lose this game, right? Could happen.
Yeah.
But the fact that I know it's going to be a phenomenal game no matter what, you're just like,
Yeah.
it's just going to be a game. It's just going to be a good game.
It's going to be a game.
Just enjoy the
It's
good
going to be
football.
a good game. I'm excited. So, anybody listening out there, the content from us may not be coming out, but I tell you what, there might be some Instagram stories about the Lions.
You know that's right.
Until we record again.
I do want to take a minute and just say thank you. I know it's been an up and down year from Joe and I. I know it's been, the recordings have not been on schedule. It's been crazy trying to learn how to parent these two kids. Since we are a parenting podcast, I'll let everybody know. I think 4 and 2 is the absolute hardest age to have two kids. You have a 4-year-old, or call it 3.5, 1.5 to 4.5 and 2.5. Like that year has to be the hardest time to have two kids because they're going through very different developmental phases. Both are extremely challenging. Like, both are very challenging developmental phases, and you have two of them going through very, like, difficult developmental changes at the same time. It's been tough. Obviously, you guys know what Joe's gone through this year. It's just been a hard year for Big Dad Energy Podcast. But I do want to say thank you. We hit some big milestones this year. As a podcast, we are our listenership per episode is up almost double what it was a year ago. We've almost doubled our total listens in the last year, which is unbelievable, the support that you guys give us. And even in this really tough time of trying to find time to, Joe and I sit down and we just kind of hit record, and I know that's not always the best content, but we do, I promise, try and think through topics and create content and actually do something that's not just us talking about our lives on a day-to-day basis. Even though for the last 4 months, that's all we had the mental capacity to do is just sit down and hit the record button. But we try, we really do like getting guests on. We really do like talking about topics and doing, even when we talk about our own lives and personal lives, we like having a purpose and a content idea behind it. And we just really haven't had a ton of time to do that this year. And even through it all, you guys have shown up, shown out, supported us, continue to listen. I just want to say thank you because it truly is the reason. I mean, we went a month without recording this, and peek behind the curtain, it would have been very easy for us to be like, you know what, I think there's too much going on, we just can't do it now. But thinking about how much you guys care and how much you guys listen really drove us back to sit behind these microphones. So I want to say thank you very much. I hope everybody has a phenomenal holiday season, no matter where you are or what you celebrate. Hope you guys have a good break, have a good rest, and thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, we love you all so much. We appreciate it, and we can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us. It's been a wild year, like Jared said, but we appreciate you all. So thank you all so much. And Jared, thank you. It's been a hell of a year. You've stuck here with me, you and our other buddies. I've got a pretty good support system behind me, and being able to come on here and do the podcast and be vulnerable and let you all into our lives has been a huge game changer. If nothing else, it's forced Jared and I, like we've always said, to sit down and talk to each other, which is what we needed.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you all. So thank you all so much for listening. If you haven't already, shoot us an email, give us that like, comment, subscribe, all that, so that way we can continue to do this and get more people. We want to make sure that other new parents take a listen to us, hear us chat about our daily lives and how chaotic it is. But we appreciate you all.
If you're a new listener, please go back and listen to our very early episodes while we're taking this little content break. We have some really, really good ones at the beginning of the podcast. Not that they're all not great, but the early ones, especially like Joe and I are crazy enough that we recorded like 2 days after each of our kids was born. And really dove in, and there's some really, really good episodes back there. Some of our guests that we've had in the past have been phenomenal. So please, if you're listening to this and you're like, man, I'm gonna miss you guys for the next month and a half while you're taking your break, go back and listen to some of our earlier stuff. It's all gonna be up on the feed. It's all still up there. If you're watching on YouTube, we don't go back that far because I have all the episodes, but the effort to edit and upload them to YouTube is insane. So we're not going to upload all of our old episodes, but go find us on your podcast listening platform. Go back and listen to all of our old episodes, some of the early ones if you haven't listened to those yet. Those are some of our favorites. So again, thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate it. I'm Jared Spansky.
I'm Joe Lopez.
Remember, lick your tongues twice before you use them.
Dads.
This has been a production of Planet Ant Podcast, powered by Pinecast.